oh, the other piece of feeling the energy, part two. Oh my gosh, so much crying in the last 2 days, like pure joy crying when your realizations within yourself, like deeper realizations within yourself, deeper realizations of love and connection to all that you hold near and dear comes in. It's so beautiful, you know, it's so beautiful. And it just sinks you into a heart space. I sunk into heart places inside my heart, spaces of my vulnerability in the last 2 days that A, I've never experienced before, B, felt really good. It's like I feel in some ways as having the human experience, and I'm only speaking for myself, but let's see if you relate, that you're always holding your breath for these magical moments, and they're literally waiting to occur inside of you. And then the outside is the example of what's occurring inside. But we're not taught this, and everything on the outside is trying to get our attention, like in massive droves. And I've only been able to do a lot of my work because I've had the opportunity to have alone time. So that alone time in this last year that I've taken for myself was given to myself by myself from the universe, co-creating, right? I like to co-create because it's so much more fun that way. It's taught me that that the biggest joys you're ever going to feel is that connective oneness inside. It's like freeing, you know? And I feel like it's just begun. What I can tell you about why I feel this is occurring is because it connects you with your purpose. Everything you will know about yourself will be coming from inside. Everything that will create your outer reality will come from inside. Period. End of story. Now, that's an incredible piece of information, but it has layers, and you will only hear this mirror as deep as it's meant to go for you until you do your releasing, until you do your goal setting for compassion, until you do your forgiveness, until you make this a priority, you a priority inside. Those are what brings you closer to it. And you don't have to be the most incredible person on the outside, although you find yourself wanting to be that because this feeling inside, this love that you are loved, that you are seen, that you are able to show up and know what that looks like inside yourself is freedom. And that freedom you want to provide in your construct reality, right? And not from a have-to standpoint. The Divine Mother said this to me back in November, true story. And if you look back on the energies that were coming through in November, I think it was like November 21st, did not expect this. The Divine Mother washed over me. And like I was talk about tears of joy that day. Tears of joy were just coming. They were like waves and waves. And she said, if my children know how much I love them, if they knew how much I love them. And so she was like, enough with all the rules. And I stated this in my video, enough with all the rules. The rules are an ego that feels like if it does something a certain way, it is going to be loved. But you are already loved. You were created from love, right? And everything inside my soul's purpose is to become that love once again here on this earth. And that is to see you as my reflection. That is to show all my fears and show you all my my truths and my absolutes, and then remove those absolutes and then discover more. But it's all happening inside. I'm lucky because I have a mother and father that have both passed on, and they've been a tremendous help. I've also had a bird, which if you go back to some of my original videos, you'll see him. His name was Maximus, that passed on. And I know them from this reality, so I tap into them from this reality, and I am able to, you know, make some really huge connections within myself really quick and fast. So maybe you have someone that's passed on that you loved and you knew that they loved you, and they're in a place now where they can support you through this journey back to your original state, which is where they're already at, right? So their state of love is what we're choosing to do here now together as a group. And I'm really seeing some really awesome YouTubers right now coming up that have discovered this information and are speaking about it from their own personal perspective, and really standing up to hold space and support for others. And it's really cool to see that, because doing this alone sucks. Doing this together rocks. And I see them, and I'm really grateful. You are not alone. You are not doing this alone. And the ones that have made it through to a certain perspective are standing with a channel to assist. Now, not everybody is on the same trajectory, so you're going to resonate with what resonates with you. You know, my thought has always been that I'll only resonate with just a very few, if one. And I already got the one, which is me, because I rewatch these videos from my own integration of the information, to ground it, to re-see the self and my progress through this journey to love. And I highly recommend doing your own videos, even for just yourself, because they will provide you so much mirror effect. And we should be celebrating every time we cry from pure bliss inside ourselves. We should be celebrating every time we remember more of ourselves and more of the amazingness of ourselves. We should be excited about that. That's all this awakening process, in my opinion, is. But you also have, like I said, you have different beings here from different planetary systems. You have different beings. So what is activating for them and what's important, some are sequential, some need the numbers, some need the data. There's a lot of different things going on. I ride in from the heart space. That's my data. I like it from a scientific perspective, and I can see it from different angles of science, but I don't require it. Feeling for me is the most important. So I'm feeling my way through inside. You may be seeing your way inside. You may be seeing things outside. It's all based on the magic that you hold within you. And as you share that magic with yourself first and foremost, and then you share it like I'm doing right now, it supports we're supporting one another. That's what the mirror is about, the support of rediscovering what we truly already are. And there's never been as many of us on this planetary system doing it, which is super awesome. And you should be proud if you feel connected to that truth. That's a win right there. You know, celebrate those wins. That is it for right now. That was, I'm gonna put a lid on it. But love to hear your feedback. So don't ever feel uncomfortable to not give some great feedback on where you're at. I love to support my reflections with love. Mwah.